So the first thing you're going to see when you log in, or when the Azure Stack Cloud Slice and the Lab Access VM deploys, is you'll see a browser window that looks exactly like this. Now over on the right hand side, you're going to see that our ASDK 1907 Azure Stack Lab Access VM plus Cloud Slice deploys, and we're going to have a few resources here. We're going to have the Azure promo code right here. It's unique to you. And then we're going to have a resource group that shows an ASD Azure Stack machine that has already been provisioned for you in the Cloud Slice. So we're going to get to that later. The credentials to log on to this student VM right here, client 01, are Windows 10, and the username with the username of student, and a password of, well, a super secure password here. So we're going to go ahead and click on T right here, type in that password, and log right in. So while that's logging right in, let's go to the instructions pane. In order to fill out these user environment variables, let's go ahead and go to the first exercise, LAB01, Exercise 1, completing prerequisites for Azure Stack installation. Now it can get a little confusing here, so this is why the video takes, why we have a video in the first place. So the first thing we're going to want to do is log on to client 01. Well, we've logged on to client 01, and then we're going to go ahead and log into the Azure portal. Now, it's important to note that when we go to log on to the Azure portal, that we use the Microsoft account that we created previously. Do not use the account that's listed in this video here. So in my other account, mine was Azure Stack. And let's know, thanks. We're coming into this for the first time and we're getting some stuff. Azure Stack, AzStack remote at outlook.com. And now we're going to go ahead and I'll enter my super secret password for this. And let's go ahead and log on. So next, we're going to want to, we've logged on to client 1 here. We've logged on to the Azure portal. Now we're going to want to register our Azure Pass. Now, if we go back here to resources, this is our Azure promo code we had before. We need to register it. So let's go ahead and register it. So here I'm going to confirm the Microsoft account. It already has me as AzStack remote at outlook.com. And I'm going to go to my resources and I'm going to type my Azure promo code. Then I'm going to click claim the promo code and wait a little bit. So then I will get a screen that says Azure Pass sponsorship, although it can change. And then I'll get it. And as you can see, I was not asked for my contact phone number or contact email address right here, but you will be asked for that. Please make sure that you fill in for the email address, a real email address that you can use if you are logging in with this. So once I'm in here, you can see I have subscriptions. One of them is disabled. So I've used this before, and you can see that it's been disabled, and your account will be disabled after a while for the sponsorship. So what I have to do is go up to this corner right up here, switch directory, and put it on the directory that I will be using for the Azure Pass sponsorship. Now, you should not have to do this. This is only if you did not follow the advice and you went in and used a Outlook or Microsoft account that already was associated with Azure subscription. But as an added bonus, if you did do that, this is how you get back to where you are. If you are using a brand new Microsoft account, then this is what you're going to see when you log on for the first time for your subscriptions. So going back to the creating additional admin account, and for task 1, back to this exercise, well, we did register the Azure Pass. Okay, now in the Azure portal, we need to go to All Services and then Azure Active Directory. So Azure portal, we click all services and then Azure Active Directory. Here, all we really need to do is go to the front menu, front page, click Azure Active Directory. There are many ways to get to that point, but here we go to Azure Active Directory. And once we go to Azure Directory, you want to take note of what's right here. So you can see that AzStack Remote Outlook.onmicrosoft.com. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. So I'm going to click on that. Now we're going to, since I copy this to my clipboard, again, I'll do a little copy here. We're going to go ahead, go all the way back over to our environmental variables. And by filling this in for the Azure AT tenant name right here, you're going to see that, boom, it's going to go in and fill in for us all the username and all the settings that we're going to create here for us. Because once we do that, it's for the next lab steps, you will just be able to click and you won't have to worry about passwords or getting the names right. But it's important that you actually do go through and take a look at this and how the usernames are used and what the tenant names and how everything is scoped. So we pasted that in. So we're going to go back in our instructions back to where we were, lab 1. And go down and we went to user environment variables section. Okay. And then it wants us in the Azure portal, go to Azure Active Directory. We're already there. And then we're going to go to users. It said quick tasks, but just go ahead and click users. And it says new user. So we're going to go ahead and add a user. Now here's our first problem here. You see where it says 624533 right here? It actually needs to be ADM 624533. So this is actually going to be the username. So username is going to be this. And then the username is going to be this. So please, just to make everything consistent, there is a bug in there here. We want it to be this ADM number. So the first name is going to be, well, it can be anybody you want. You really don't need to configure anything here. You want to auto-generate the password and click Show Password. Now I'm going to take this password and I'm going to copy that to my clipboard. And I'm going to actually make sure that I'm going to open up Notepad here. And I'm going to make sure that I have this password because in this version of Edge, it has a little bit of an issue with not retaining retaining what you've copied. So it can happen. So we have this. Now groups and roles, we're going to go ahead and select the role. And in the role, we are going to want to select Global Administrator. So we select that. And this is going to be Global Administrator. So we're done. We already copied that password to clipboard. And now we are going to go ahead and select Create. So now the next step is to delegate the account on the subscription. So we're going to go ahead and go into Azure Portal, which we already are here. And we're going to go to All Services. Right here, All Services. And then we'll go to Subscriptions, which is simple to get by just going to Subscriptions up at the top. I'll just type that there. Click on our Azure Pass sponsorship. And then after clicking on that, we are going to go to IAM access control. So here, we are here. And we are then going to go to Add. We're going to select add role assignment, select a role. Now this can take a little bit to run inside here, so be patient. Inside of Edge. If you're in Chrome, it will be much faster. Or the Chromium version of Microsoft Edge. So we're going to go ahead and find owner in here. So we're going to have to, or select a role. Let's try typing in owner. Might be easier. And then you're going to select the ADM624533 or whatever your number is account. And then save. Okay, and there we go. And user should be added. We're going to click, we click save. And now we are going to sign out from our current session. So we are going to log out, or better yet, go up here, and we are going to go and create a new in private window. Go to portal.azure.com, and we're going to sign in with our credentials. So this ADM 624533, and then next, and now it's going to recognize us. Well, we're going to do work and school account. It wants us to enter the password. So what we're going to do is go in and select that password that we copied down over when we created this account. I'm going to paste that in. Now see right here. And then we're going to sign in. Now it wants us to update our password. So I'm going to put in my current password. And then I'm going to put in my 8AD domain password that I want to give this. So I'm going to I'm putting it in right now. And you'll notice right here, it just says AAD admin password. What I needed to do is actually go back to my user environment variables and put in the actual password that I am giving the account. So whatever new password you select, go back here, and then next, you'll see that we'll put that password right there. So then you'll be able to just hit T and it will type it. Stay signed in, sure thing. So now we are logged in. So we changed the password, we entered the previous password, we click OK. All right, we're almost through the toughest stuff in this lab so far.